In addition to our own safety, we must also be concerned that the gifts we give this holiday are safe as well. St. Charles County health educator Brittany Schulten-Heinrich will help us make good choices. Thanks for joining us today, Brittany.
Thanks for having me.
Most of the time as we celebrate the holidays, we think, what's the coolest gift? What's the most exciting gift this time of year? But we should also be worried about what's the most appropriate gift as well.
Absolutely, especially when it comes to children. One of the greatest joys of parenting is being able to watch our children grow, learn, and play, and toys are an important and fun part of any child's development. This day and age, we really like to think if we buy a product that's intended for an infant or a child that it's going to be safe to use, but that really isn't always the case. If you were to take a stroll to one of the customer service desks at many local retailers, including Toys R Us, Target, and Walmart, you would see notices of toy recalls. So even though we have enacted more stringent toy safety standards, it's still really important for parents to be highly selective when it comes to purchasing toys this year.
I think many of us have heard about getting age-appropriate toys, but there's some other things that we should consider. What are some of those things?
Of course. You do want to pay attention to toy instructions and the age warnings on those toys, but really making sure that each child knows how to use the toys properly. You also want to make sure that they're supervised during their play. Any toys that are made of fabric should be labeled as flame resistant or flame retardant. Stuffed toys should be able to be washable. Paint-covered toys should have lead-free paint. Art supplies should all be labeled as non-toxic. It's also really important that parents steer clear of hand-me-down toys, because those toys, although cost-effective and may even have sentimental value, they could not meet the current safety requirements, and they could be so worn that they pose a hazard to children.
And you mentioned a number of different things that we should be worrying about, and the reason is because they can cause some harms. What are some of the things that are commonly associated with inappropriate or malfunctioning toys?
Sure. Children under 5 tend to be at the highest risk for toy-related injury, and choking is certainly the most common. But with so many different types of toys and games out there, children are also left open to fractures, broken bones, burns, suffocation, drowning, falls. And especially male children, they tend to have the highest rates of toy-related injuries, and those injuries are most common to the face, head, neck, eyes, ears, and mouth. And choking is most common in children under the age of 3.
You mentioned that some of the stores have recall lists, but where else can people find at their own home, either a website or a phone number to call?
I would recommend that viewers look to the Consumer and Product Safety Commission. They're an excellent resource, but also Parents.com has a list of holiday toys by age group for consumers to check out, and they also have a toy recall finder so they can check their own toys in their home to make sure that they meet those current safety requirements.
Thanks a lot, Brittany, for giving us quite a bit to remember as we think for the holiday season gift giving.